Myself, Anand. Let me start with myself. Some of you may not be knowing about me, new to me. So, myself, Anand, I'm director at WebG Hosting Private Limited, which is into white label SEO, web hosting, and doing the business for 20 years, doing the SEO and local have seen all the Google updates around 2 decades almost. 2005, I started my professional career. And later on, last 2 years, Terry have been with me, and I have been with the SaaS AI apps where I developed the Quora on-page SEO app that automate the Quora-based content, which Terry also using and other users using. Later on, I decided that there is more to do for us in SEO and local SEO. So I formed a separate company, AI startup. Its name is AI for Web. So it's the brand. So this is me. This is our application. Our application name is localseo.network. Localseo.network is the name because I found this domain name and it's very close to what is our goal here. And then we have AI for Web as the company AI startup under which local SEO network is our first application. We will go with step by step with the application, how it's designed. Once you are in, you go to the location, system will help you at every step. At every step we have APIs, we have AIs. Even if you find anywhere in the world the locations, the nearby location, it would be near to 100% accurate. So whatever the suggestion you get from the app for the location, that would be accurate. So first you go to the location, then you go to the business. There again you will have AI tools to fill up the form. Then you go for the services, trust signals, contact information, you know. Then you go to the design part, then photos. Believe me, photo section is the eighth step, and you won't find any such tool create that ultra realistic photos that our system do, and most important, at the speed it creates the images. Mind blowing. I have been doing this in the 5 month of coding of this application, and trust me, we reached a level that is the peak or the best possible speed with the quality of the images. So images is not a problem. Some user want their own images, they can upload their own images. Then we have the social media and all that, and then final step is deploy. So how we make a website, a local website. It can be any size of website. It can have 30 services, 20 services, 10 location. It will create everything within 20 to 60 minutes depending on the size. So that's about our local SEO.network. It's a AI built website for local business in minutes, not months. When I created this product, I know a lot of you creating local website through AI prompts. Lots of AI agents are there. Lots of website builder tools are there. So I know the market is so dense and I have to compete with everyone. But trust me, guys, this is the next generation tool which I have developed in 5 months. Every day, 12 to 15 hours of coding. Every micro detail has been taken care. May it be your local schema, may it be something else. Everything complete. You will be to see when I show you the live website. Maybe we will also create one live website as well. So this is our app. And then why we build it? Obviously, like there are lots of tools, but I still think the website builder we use, they are not SEO experts. They may be missing one or two things. And I was not interested to make another website builder. Rather, I was wanting to create a complete solution. That solution should give us a complete system that can be used to increase our local businesses. So we all think that US market is, everyone may be having their websites there, but in my research through Perplexity and other tools, I found that even in 2026, 33% of small businesses, 27 to 33% of the businesses doesn't have a website. Second thing I notice is, if the percentage is near 30% in US, it might be more higher, maybe 40, 50, 60% in India. So that's where the market is. Around the globe, in my research, I found that almost 122 million plus businesses are currently invisible to the digital first consumer. What I mean by this is 122 million businesses around the globe, they are invisible. When I'm using the word invisible, it includes both. It includes them who have a 4 or 5 page website, but it is not SEO optimized. It is not ranking anywhere. That's why nobody visits them through online. So they are also invisible. Their website may be on visiting card, but not actually any organic traffic is coming to them. So that's the problem we solve. We have the potential of millions of businesses around the world. If you are in India, this is tool for you. If you are in Australia, it's tool for you. If you are in UK, Europe, you know, Africa, South America, America. I mean, the way I was working on this tool, right now it works in English. Soon we will be covering all the languages, including the Hindi, French, Spanish, all the languages we will try to cover very soon. But right now my focus was on English so that we can have a ready to use application. After that, we just add more options. So that was the goal. So that's the whole idea. And then what it creates, it have 10-step wizard where you have all the tools. You don't have to manually fill them. And what it outputs is 50 to 200 plus very smartly interlinked, structured, local silo website. You can host it with us on our server. If you have an active subscription, there is no hosting fee. There is no any kind of, I say, bandwidth limit or whatever. And these websites are pure HTML. They loads fast, and you can also download them on zip, or you can use your FTP in our system, builds the entire website and push it to your FTP to make it live. I highly recommend when you have a subscription with us, just go and host it with our server so that you get the best, and that is highly recommended. But the zip and FTPs are the options. So let me go back to the system where we can see what we have done. This is what we have done. 1428 test builds are done. Failed builds are there just because we have been optimizing the code and sometimes it's stuck. So that's the number. But I think again you see one important thing, that we have been doing hundreds, not this time thousands of tests before I have this launch webinar. So this is your main panel. You see your plan, you see your build capacity, everything is there. If you go to the live website, you can see, I can't scroll it down because there are client websites, but you can see some add-ons. We will come to that point later. But right now, this is your first screen of your system when you are into your customer account. Because I'm logging as an admin, so I have this. You won't have this yellow bar. So now we see the website. There is website builder, which is actually the core application where we design a website. Then there is live websites. I can't go there because there are clients websites. So but you can see live websites is the list of websites what you have developed so far. Transaction history, it is more about how credits are charged. If system is failed to build your website, it automatically refunds your credit. It doesn't cost you the credit. Then we have the builder log, where you can see all the logs, how it has been. We have the hosting option. This hosting option is important because in this option you will see what website you have hosted with us, and if their name servers are not proper, then it will guide you. You have to put the name servers over there. This is the most important thing we have developed, and I don't think any website builder as of now, which I'm aware, into SEO market space, not talking about the regular website builders, any of them if have such feature. Guys, if anybody click on phone number, it tracks your IP of the visitor, and it tells you the lead somebody click on the phone, he is from which city, state and country. So when you build a website for a client or for your own, you always have information how many people clicked on the phone number. Suppose your website is made for USA and they click from India. So you can see that that is not your lead because he is in India and you are delivering to the US. But this information is real time. Whenever a user clicks anywhere on the phone, it is tracked by the system, like somebody clicked on the phone and from which location. At the same time, this will also tell you how many people filled your form, along with all the form information you will get here. So if after say like 7 days you come, you see all the leads here, whatever the leads have came so far. So that is like the system. What's new? It is not updated for last couple of months because we have been working behind the scene for the application. But in the near future, we would have more updates here, what has been added to the system. So that's the purpose of what's new. So now let's go to the website builder and let's see the real power. Okay. So first of all, whenever you come to this website builder option, you click on reset all. What it will do, it will just empty every single thing. Now, let me just go to one of our website, my brother. So here we have a startup consultant. Okay, so my brother is like a startup consultant and he is in Jaipur. So Jaipur is the city and Rajasthan is the state name, and country, as you can see, all the countries are there, right? I will come to the questions later. Let me just build one website so you can have a real picture what we're doing here. What this option mean, if you have, in United States, you have Texas as TX, Florida as FL. So in United States, you want state codes. But in India, suppose we want Rajasthan as a full name. So here, based on your regional preference, you can choose state code or you can choose full state name. Now website scope. This is a very interesting thing. What we have done here is, if you choose city level and suppose my city is Jaipur, then homepage and all the major pages will be created for Jaipur. If I choose state, then Rajasthan is the state name. So in United States, suppose Miami, if I choose city level, Miami would be the main pages focus. If I choose a state level website, suppose I want to cover 10 major city of a state, then I can go for state. And in that case, all the primary pages of the website will be created around Florida, for example, as a state. Or the third option, the lead generator option. That's the country level. So if I go with that level, then main website will cover India and all the cities would be in their locations. So that's the beauty of the system. So maybe we just pick it like country level for now because I want to cover something bigger, or maybe just city level, and we search. So when we search, it interacts with the API system and it give you approximately population, city name, state code. So whatever is your main city, you choose that. So now I have selected Jaipur. Now here is the miles. So you can decide how many miles you have. But if you have a local business, I highly recommend you choose 10 miles or 15 miles or 20 miles. But don't go like 100 miles. If you go too broad, it won't benefit your local business. And Terry, I want to tell you, over thousands of tests in which we have made hundreds of website live. When you build this website, I have seen repeat basis success rate. So I'm telling you now that what we have seen, if you build this website and you don't give a backlink from this website to the main website, but you have the mention of the brand name and also the name area postal code is same of the business and the map embed, within a couple of days it boosts your main website and main gbp in map ranks as well. This is repeat basis noted, and we have noted that this happens because of the schema, because of the nap, and because of the map embed. So in our case, we don't even have to give a backlink from homepage to the you know main website. So this is well tested idea. I have personally tested it. So, and every time we had a success. So sometimes clients say, oh, I was working on SEO. No, it is the reflection of these SEO optimized local microsites that you create, even without a backlink, to boost the main website and GBP rank. So suppose I want to pick 20 miles. I will click now on find cities. You need to follow the same way how I have done. Give it like a couple of seconds and it will find you 3 cities around the Jaipur, and this is my hometown. I know it is correct, so these are very correct information. So now we can deselect anything or we can just go with the results. We can also see the population, because obviously if you have many city, you want to pick the one which have more population. So we click on continue to the business details. Okay, and now here we are. So these are the basic profile things you can fill, or I can just take my website and I can also take the about us page and I can say grab business information. So this can be your main website and it's about us page, or it's contact us page as well you can have here. So let me just do a contact us page as well. I want to minimize the manual work. So we have all this. You can then review everything and then you can just continue. So your email ID, this is not your business ID. Rather, this is your ID where you want confirmation email from our system to send your email once the website is done, so that you can check it. So your email address can be the mail address where you want the report once the website is done. As you can see, AI have clearly picked the brand name. The person name is the brand name here. You can see it have also picked the LinkedIn. And if we think Gaurav have a page or a personal blog, we can mention it here. Now we can see the key like startup consultant. I won't use India as a keyword because I want city level website. I don't want country to be in primary keyword. It is most important. You never use a city name, state name, or country in this primary keyword box. Now you see the about us has been also completed. Now you see everything here is completed, and I can just take their phone number. So let me just copy his number, 931 plus 91. So I just put something. It's interesting. If you put floating phone number, then you can use that. You can also put your chat code and your support ID if you want to put. So if you're using live chat, intercom, or any other AI bot, you can put your code here. In our case, we will go with phone number. So this is it. And for the logo, so let me just save this logo here so I can reuse it and upload it. So I have downloaded the logo, so I will just go ahead and pick that logo. So now the logo has been done. Now this is a very interesting option. In our new build, you don't need to use the main website logo. You can just leave it like this. But if you use this, force logo on website, then this logo will be used on the top left of the every page. But sometime I think like when you have 10 website or 3 website created to promote the business, you don't want the same logo all the time. So in that case you just disable it and it will have a very nicely done logo. So that's how we do it. And now the business address, I can just copy it. We will improve the system so you don't have to manually copy all the time these things. And about the timing, I can copy that. We will further improve the system for these two boxes. We go to the services. Now you see it have taken like 16 services. It have taken like financial services as a niche, and that's how it have done. Here is a very important drop down. Sometime pricing information you want free consultation as your focus, then you can use that. Sometimes some legal niche, suppose you have a lawyer client and he don't want to talk about anything for the pricing. In that case I would highly recommend only use do not mention pricing, because we have in system that when you use this particular option, nowhere the pricing will be coming. So it is good for some clients like a lawyer, he don't want to mention his price. But there can be, plumber who want to provide free estimate, he can go with this. Then there can be a web hosting company want to say competitive price, can be there. There can be a roofer who can give contact for quote. So in our case we will use, you know free consultants. Okay, free consultancy, or maybe do not mention price, and we go to the next. This is a very very interesting thing. Terry, these die, the main problem is the EEAT signals and trust factors. Because if we don't have this kind of thing kept in mind, what happens is every page is created differently. What will happen is if you don't pass this information, suppose in my EAT signal, in my trust signal, I can say 15 years of industry experience. So what will happen is when it builds the website, it would be systematically 15 years all over the website, here and there, wherever it need to mention the experience. That is very important, because right now when you use AI without these kind of thing, what will happen is you will say one page is saying, home page is saying 10-year experience, 2000 client, and your about us is saying 20 years of experience and 5000 client. I hope you got my point. When you yourself is having your content structured like this, you are not giving a right signal to Google. Do you agree with me? Let me know in the chat if this makes sense or I can elaborate it. Yeah, Terry, I know. Every single thing has been taken care, was my promise. It's not a website builder. So you see, Terry, like it is into my knowledge. When building this tool, I want to be covering everything. I don't want to be leaving something half-baked product and just working on sales. I have done thousands of test build before I thought to have even this webinar with you all. So what happens is when you say licensed professional, you say IBBI registered valuer, you say state level certified professional, or whatever. If accountant is there, he can say registered accountant in X organization. So these are the things that goes here into your trust factors and your EEAT signals. What you can do, I'm not saying you should do, you can put there. But suppose this is my competition. For a while, I think like this is my competition. Then I will just say, you analyze this competitor and give me the EEAT signals, right? So that I can read and I can make sure everything is supporting me. I hope you like this idea. You can put your own main website or you can put your competition website or more than one website, up to 5 of them. Grab everything from their expertise, but review it. Make sure it is what you are offering. You are not copying just because your competition have that, and then you use these EEAT signals. I hope you like the idea. Please let me know in the comment if this is something interesting. So now some of the businesses I have worked with, many local AI website builder as well. What happens? They have a fixed template. So their website say 24 by 7 emergency service. What if your business is not offering a emergency service? Your client is not offering a 247. If you just keep everything 247 and your main business Google business profile is saying you are closed on Sunday and Saturday, again you are confusing Google. You are confusing Google that this is, I'm not sure what I am offering. So that's not going to work. So that's why this particular system we have enable or disable. If you don't offer a 24 by 7, please don't enable this, thinking Google will help you, because Google have your business profile, Google have your main website of the brand, and they're not going to like it. So I will disable because my brother doesn't offer a 247. Generated reviews. So most important thing, first of all, I'm very much aware in US you can't do fake reviews. I agree. But this is just a sample. We are not having a fake review. Rather, we are using these data to create huge cases and put them like in the reviews boxes. I have done some client website, but I can't show them. But what I can do is, because I have all of you attendees email ID, I will build my brother's website, rebuild it, and I show you. Most interesting, we don't use auto generated review, which is not allowed in United States as far as I am aware. But you will be surprised, we still not missing that block. I would share you the live example how we doing it, right? So in your case, it may be the need that you want to put your GBP reviews, you can manually put them, or you have a widget of your reviews, you can just put that code here. This option is not required because earlier I thought to put automatic reviews, but later we changed that idea for the compliance perspective, that we don't put the fake names and fake reviews. So this option we will very soon remove because our system doesn't create automatic reviews. So you never need this option. So now we are onto the contact us page. This is where you put your GMB iframe. How we get that? We go and locate our map listing first. So suppose this is our map listing. The only thing you have to do, your business GBP, go to the share button here, embed, copy HTML, and just paste it. That's it, nothing else. If the person have a YouTube channel and you want to showcase one of the main video on the home page, you can put it here. This is very important. If you need a lead form in your website, you should be entering here the customer's email ID, where your customer want to receive his business leads by the form. So I'm putting it here. Now I know some of the business may require lead generation form. On the other side, some business may not need that. So you have the option to disable the contact form. Contact form system is inbuilt. You will get leads on email, and you will be also able to see them on your panel to report to your client that, okay, last month I gave you 4 leads and 10 people clicked on phone number, and he is happy. He will pay you for renewal or whatever. So I also know that some of the regional restriction of some country may be that you can't log the IP or you need a GDPR announcement. So we will add that option as well here itself. But suppose your regional requirements say you should not log the IP, then you just disable. It won't log the IP or anything related to that. So we have that kept in mind. I want the, I'm sorry, I'm very sorry. So you can have enable contact form and log IP in my case, SEO. So we are here having the final website name, whatever the domain name you have, you can use. This is also a very interesting option. What happens is sometime a customer side, I want state name into my URL. He can enable that or he can disable that. Disabling will go to the country. What happens is sometime some user want Jaipur, India, Miami, United States. I know states are more used in United States, but here in India we say Jaipur, India. So something like this. So this is the option which people can use depending on their requirement. I would highly recommend go for HTML because PHP we decided earlier we will remove this option. HTML are best. You just make it in HTML. We also have strip the URL. Sometime Sao Paulo, Paula. It's like A with some sign. Zurich have U with some upper side of U, some signs. Some of the languages have these regional characters. So now what it will do, you always keep it enabled so that any special character is always changed to A. Now, I think Terry and others, all the members who are attendee of the webinar, now I hope you can understand why it took me 5 months and why I was so confident that we have covered almost everything. It looks like so many options, but trust me, once we start using the tool for a couple of 1 or 2 days, a couple of 3 4 website, you will be used to, and you can create even 20 website in a day. That's doable. So now the legal jurisdiction, why we have this, unlike any other tool, we just don't create a privacy policy or a terms of service or a legal disclaimer sort of page with any random data. Why to do that? We want to show Google this is a legit website and it is a real website. So we put the real city, state, and country of the business. Why? Because the legal pages will be created around that particular thing. Now, grade. So we can go with sixth grade. Sixth grade can be our best use case. In some cases you may prefer, if your competition have, suppose like your competition have grade 8, I can share you how you know it. You go to Hemingway app, copy your competition website number 1 ranking, and you will see grade 10. So in your case it's better to go for grade 8, 2 grade down than your competition, make it more readable. But sometime your niche is complicated technical niche, there you don't want to go with this, there you want to go with grade 12 or grade 10 because you want to keep those technical terms edges. This is the most powerful thing. When I created glossary thing, Terry, what it does like website.com/glossary/web hosting. What is web hosting? An AI overview optimized content with 2 images. The entire glossary of any website have 40 to 50 pages only created for glossary to cover every single element, every single important term with a dedicated page and put our local website and authority website. Let me know if you like this idea, keeping a glossary section where we cover almost 40-50 separate pages properly with the schemas and all that. Okay, Pramod, thank you. Yeah, I know. Now you can say I was telling that I'm working on it. I'm working on it. It took me 5 months. Why so? Because I wanted to do this level. I wanted to make something that can serve us for a couple of years. I don't want to make a tool that today we create, today you subscribe, and after 6 months it's not working anymore, because now you can see we are taking care of every micro detail. Why? Because we want to keep our website in a way like a money site, like a clean site, like a site with which obey all the compliance, so that these websites, I'm telling you very frankly, can even pass the Google manual review. There is not a single technical fault, there is not a single thing. And also one more thing, when you fill in all these details behind the scene, it creates a brand voice. It creates a brand voice based on your preference, based on what works in your industry, and then it use that brand voice to create all the pages content. I hope you like the idea, because brand voice won't be anywhere, it is into the backend. Okay, and now we coming to the very very interesting thing, option number 7, the photos, because I told you that is our core power, photos. Because otherwise you have to go to pixels, there you get some low quality images or not suitable very good images, or you have to go to AI and retry because the faces are not looking good. And I hope like we can, to save time so you guys can see a live website, I would just reduce it to 5 services, okay, so that it can save us time and we can see the live website, right? So we have 5 services and we have 3 of the cities. Okay, so now this is a smaller site. Why? Because we want to complete everything right now, and I want to show you live website, how it may look like. So when you go before and after, you will always have a possibility to go back and forward, and the form is saving your data. So that's why I said always come to reset all field when you want to start new, because 10 steps. When I was building the website, sometime a error came, or sometime I close the window, or some other issue. It is very cumbersome that you have to fill all the 10 steps manually. So we are doing a system where all the information is stored in the back end. Now this is the most important thing. There are 3 type of images you can do. How? First is random image. Suppose you are making a website of a dentist and you don't want to create too many images. Rather, dentist gave you 50 images and he said just make my website using these images. Then you just drop them here. For all the service pages, one of the random image will be used. So that is one way to create the website. Second way, page specific image. In this one, you can drag some images here, drag it here. They will be used on home page, unassigned for the various pages. You just put some. And these services, so suppose dentist tell you dental cleaning service, then you have some 5 photo given by dentist, and dentist don't want you to use your images. So you drag those 5, 10 images here. Then you have another category, service page. You drag them here. What it will do? It will use very specific image for very specific subsection or the service page. So our goal, our goal is to create 100% real website. No question, no spam, no nothing. Just a real website. So this is the second option. So now manually you have 2 options: random images, always random image, page specific image. Now here is the power. We have this option. I want to use AI to create images for me. And the most important thing, and all of the friends who are into the webinar, please let me know. Do you know a website builder or heard of a website builder that can create regional 100 images in 2 minutes? All images, 99% best quality images, real images, and the most important thing, in 2 minutes or 5 minutes. And more important thing, one more I left, is regional images. Suppose you create a South India people website, South India website, it would have South Indian theme and website. If you are creating, suppose, a Miami based business website for, suppose, like advertising company in Miami, it would have those beaches sort of thing. So can you let me know into the chat box, do you know or ever heard a website builder in any industry, normal website builder or a local website builder, who can create hundreds of images, regional tone? So if you create something for Australia, it would have Australian faces. Suppose in India, we have ethnicity difference. So North Indian people looks different, East Indian people look a little different, and South Indian people look a little different. So it catches which zone images you need. We want to create something powerful. Okay. And I want to tell you one thing. If our system create 200 images, which is very normal because we create 8 to 10 images each service, and when we create 8 to 10 images each service, it creates 200, 300 images. And now it cost me around 10 to $15 only to create the high quality images. But we can't compromise. Why? Because we need the best artwork here. So, okay, are you ready? Shall I click on generate all images? Do you want to see the power? You'll be surprised. You have never seen something like this. I've been working late night hours for this. Let me know yes if you want to see the power, the images created live in front of you. Let me know your yes in the chat box. Okay, so here we are. We go to the generate all images. This is the only thing I want to do. Generate. Now what's it doing? Getting everything ready. 4% done. Thinking up fresh ideas. 9% done. So we see the time 9:53. It is starting the images. So right now it's creating the prompts, it's creating the lining up the scenes, it's creating the ethnicity variables, picking up the styles and modes. Done. And now the preparation part is done. 9:53 we started creating the images, and it is going to create 80 images. Okay, so let's wait. So you will see estimated elapsed time and estimated ETA that will come very soon. Was once the first image is created, we all agree and we know images takes time, so we making hundreds of API connections. So now you see the images has started coming. So because we are in India, so they are creating the Indian images, they're creating with tags. You see this photo, let me show you the quality. How you like it? Let me know. Indian startup consultant website having this photo of an Indian behind the scene because he is a consultant, he's in an office, and there are some books. Let me know in your comment, in the comment box, chat box, please. Okay, here, yeah. So now we see, you see, what is this? This is a startup accounting bookkeeping services. So you see, so these are the images. Business valuation for a startup. Many of our friends here are Indian. They can feel a real, ultra real photo giving the texture of the person, face, and skin. And remember, we will use it at this size on the website, so you see the crispiness and detailing in the image. Another image, different style. So we are not focusing on same pattern of images. And you see a startup consultant is giving advice to someone, something like that. And then you see a lot of other images, and you see this image, guys. We will use it at this level size in website, and you see he's holding a paper and all like that. And then on assigned photos, you see all the Indian photos. It's one of the famous building of our city, Jaipur. Hawa Mahal is there, so some people are working there. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so suppose we can click on remove button. Okay, so we removed, and these three images are almost same, so I can just remove two of them. Now you see all the good images are there, right? So this why you can just scroll down and remove all the few of couple of the images which you don't think you need on your website. Why removal is required? If you keep the best photos, the best look and feel will come, and you don't want to risk the way you create your website, it should be having all the very best photos. Now you see, if you have a startup business and suppose you have this photo, you see the guys are working in office, all the attendees in webinar, trust me guys, I think in 3 minutes we created 62 images. You go to any tool you want, you try, either you will have end up with similar images, not like variety we have, or either it would take time. Do you agree with me? This is super exclusive what we have created here. Let me know in the chat box, please. After removal of the extras, right, we created a T, and in 3 minutes. So very specific arrangement has been done. And the most important thing is, when you create a roofer website for a local business, a roofer into the Miami, it would have Miami look and feel of the background, and it would have the Miami real people working on the roof. So this kind of system we have created here. Now we going to the next step, guys. It's the design part. Okay, so we go to the design. Trust me guys, you're gonna love it. Okay, so tell me one thing. Do you know any website builder where you click on another color code and it give you the real new website in that color code preview? Can you tell me if you know one of a system that have hundreds of color codes matching one of the close to your customer website, and clicking that you see the real preview, real life preview with that color code? Let me know in the chat box if you have seen something like this. Visual color palettes, hundreds of them. Of course you can easily find one for your customer that matching to their color code. Why to make a new experiment? If the customer have suppose like purple or blue color, you go with that palette, make it look and feel like close to his website. So if you deliver him something like black and white or golden and he prefer the pink color for his beauty salon, you have to go with the client, right? So this is it. Now tell me another query into the chat. Do you know any system where you can see the font like this in a website builder with a lightweight? Because you see the system's speed, right? So you choose another font and all the previews are instantly updated with that font. Let me know into the chat if you have seen something like this earlier. Let me know into the chat, please. Have you seen something like a font with the visuals, how you which font you like, and then you have the color palettes? So this is the flexibility which have been created. So let me just refresh the designs once more. Okay, so you know why I refresh? Because last time I was working on a beauty skincare website. So because refresh was done, so now you see a real startup website. So you see a real startup business website edge here. I just want to pick one of the best one which I think can work for us. Let me just see which one can fit in with us. So maybe this may fit in. So if you don't have social media links, you disable it always. But if you want social media, links to be placed automatically, then you enable it. Because I already have the LinkedIn, so I just keep it there for the LinkedIn at least. Now some of you may require in your website some Google Analytics code or some chat box code. So if you have a specific code, if you are a technical person and you can just do it. And suppose some of you may be using some third party Google Analytics or State Counter or some other website for tracking, you can just put it here as well. So you can just leave it if you don't need. So here is the thing, hosted with us. So what it does, you mention the website name, because I have already built this website, so I can just use this. Now your website will be deployed on our server, so it would right away go build the website and replace it here. Okay, but I don't want to go with this. Why? I want to go with, suppose like, okay, startup. Maybe we can just do it this way, because I have to rebuild it. One more important thing you all would love, we have multiple premium indexers included. So once your website is hosted with us, I highly recommend you use this option, not the FTP. If you use FTP, it will ask you for the FTP details. If you download zip, it will give you email download link for the zip file. Hosted with us is the best option. Please always use this. Highly recommended. And also you can do, not only you upload here, but also download it from zip link to me. So that is also there. If you want indexing, you don't have to tick mark here. But suppose you are testing something, you don't want to index it right now, then only enable it. Do not index. But you want to index, so just leave it. In my case, like I'm just doing a test for my brother because I have to rebuild his website. This was actually the older version, but you see the design was not that good. That's why I'm working on the new designs, modern ones. So I don't want to send to indexer, so I will use that. And then single website. Oh, this is the most important feature. Suppose I have this in Miami, okay? Then what I can do, Miami dot startup business, that would be 20-30 page complete website for Miami, okay? And then I can have Boca Raton. So Boca Raton can be the second one. Okay, so the last point is I'm working on the template engine and it's totally revamped. Earlier it was creating sites like this. Before that it was creating site like this. So now we reached another level. This is the first version we have of the designs. It was very odd. We improved a bit, but it was full of errors, bugs. So right now this is what we are working, next generation templates for the local sites. So very soon we are coming with this. I'm already working for last 1 week on this. So I hope so that very soon we will be able for you to try and test it, and we'll be also coming with my second part of this launch webinar video, where I will be sharing you the new template engine once it's ready for you to have a test drive, along with some launch offers for the founding members. So stay tuned. I will keep you posted through YouTube, through Facebook, through my LinkedIn, and I'm trying my best, 14-15 hours daily coding for this template engine to have it 100% working smoothly. I will keep you posted, so kindly wait for the same. Thank you.